not able to do my job well enough, that's why I hired Coach Garvey, to get him to come to Stack. So he ended up going to NJIT. Good decision, man. And he called me up after his freshman year and said, I think I want to come to Stack. And I said, the door is still open. So you had to do a little work academically over the summer to get eligible. Actually, a lot of work.
What about me?
Mom helped out, tutors. No rules were broken, I promise. But he did a tremendous amount of work. When he knew there was an opportunity to transfer to Stack, he did a tremendous amount of work and was able to get eligible. And so that's why his 3-year career with Stack. And he came in as an infielder, and it just tells you about his versatility. He's an infielder, he's a hitter, he's played outfield. He played basically every position on the field except catch and first base.
No, I played first. I was a first baseman outfield.
Yes, I remember. He played 7 of the 9 positions on the field, which is he was a great athlete and an amazing player. So we actually turned him into a pitcher his 2nd year in, and he was a relief pitcher his 1st year, and then we turned him into a starter, and just unbelievable what he was able to do. He beat the #1 team in the nation when they were 14-0, Southern New Hampshire, and it was a tremendous, tremendous feat. We only won 1 out of the 4 games. It was because Matt pitched. He was just an unbelievable pitcher for us, and kind of at the beginning of the last 5 years, the 2012 team, and then he coached on the 2013 team, and he's been and has done a tremendous job. Well, I had him here as a coach for our team, and wished I could have kept him, but he moved on to Felician, and he's made that team much better, and it's just tremendous, tremendous coach, tremendous friend of mine, and maybe one day we'll have him back on the staff. But anyway, Matt Marotta.
How we doing tonight? I brought no cards tonight, just because I talked to a lot of people beforehand, and some people gave me good advice, some people gave me bad. Some people were like, hey, just wing it. Someone's like, do not go there without no cards. So I went there with no cards. I thought a lot about what I wanted to talk about tonight, and I was actually talking to a former coach, Coach Stefania, who was able to make it out of the house tonight. I know your wife is a little tough with you now. So, he was able to make it out of the house, and he said, Matt, he goes, if I come, you have to go over the top in the speech. So that's the title of my speech. It's called Over the Top, and I'm glad you could make it tonight. I know you gave me a little scare there late, but here you are. So I appreciate you guys for coming, everyone for coming, honestly. I mean, this is a great night. I love Stack baseball. I'll always be a fan, no matter what. I mean, unless we're playing you guys, then then I want you guys to lose, obviously. But I'll always be a fan. So when I talked to him about what I wanted to talk about tonight, he did something that I love to do. He coached me. He really did. In that moment, he said, Matt, go over the top. And he was telling me to be better. And that's something that I love to do. I love to coach the kids. I love to say, hey, you can be better. And he did that without even trying. Like I haven't been coached by Coach Stefania in 8 years. And we were on the phone and he coached me that night. So, I thank you for that. So hopefully, love you too, man. Hopefully we give these people their money's worth. I know the price went from $75. It was $50 last year, so I gotta kind of up the ante on that 25 here. My family's here, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, they've supported me through everything. My grandparents are here. They never really got a chance to see me play, but some of the best people in the world. My uncles are here, my cousin's here, who also plays, which we're really excited about. He's going into college, and he's gonna do big things, and we're really excited about it. He's kind of picking his colleges right now, so It's going to be good, and we're really excited for you, and for you to do the same thing. All right? But, my family's jacked up. I mean, this is a dinner. We're Italian. I mean, this is what we do. This isn't a lunch, it's a dinner. Pretty sure we brought our own bread. We trust the Crown Plaza's bread, no offense. But that's what we do. We're Italian. I really don't know why I'm standing behind a podium. I'm Italian. I need to move my hands a little more, but that's what it is. No, honestly, what I'm going to talk about tonight, more than anything, is this experience and what it means, going forward. Athletes, I feel like they get a bad rap. They really do. So whenever I do anything in my life or accomplish something, I like to reflect. I like to sit back and I like to reflect on where I came from. And for those of you in this room, who are playing college baseball, let me give you a stat right here. 6% of high school athletes play college baseball. 6%. 94% do not play after high school. So, guys, honestly, we've all made it. We have. If you're playing college baseball, you're about to do it. We've all made it. That's a tremendous accomplishment. I know a lot of you, might be sitting there saying, hey, I'm not really happy where I am. Hopefully my story will help that out a little bit. I mean, that's kind of been the goal. This microphone's a little weird, so I'm going to try and hold it right here. It's probably a little easier. What I really want to talk about is, what the game can do, for you after the game, and something that's really helped me. Like I said before, I think athletes have gotten a bad rap. We're people who, put the work in, while doing a college sport, which is demanding. It's 6 a.m. lifts. It's, traveling. It's getting back at 9:30 at night. As well as the coaches, it's a lot. I mean, when you ask a college coach what he does, he's on the field all day long. Then he comes home. It's Sundays, it's Saturdays. The family get neglected. So it's not easy. But just a few things that I wanted to talk about. When you're talking about the business world, when you're talking to big time people who make hires, all right? You have the checklist, which I like to call it. All right, you have it. The first thing I want to talk about, discipline. You have it. All right, you miss a practice at 7 a.m. You show up 7:05. What happens? You're late. Guess what? You got to run. All right, it's the discipline factor of it. Same thing in the real world. You come into work 5 minutes late. Guess what? You get in trouble for it. So the advantages are there. Competitiveness. I mean, we're competitive people, like Coach Muscat said. As soon as he made that comment, I, quickly, gave him the stats real quick just to I'm kidding. Matty K is one of the best people in the world. He actually stayed with me on his official visit. Congrats. Opponents did hit about 25 points higher against him than me, though. I'm absolutely kidding. Time management. This is something that really helped me in college. If I had a practice at 8 a.m., then I had 2 classes, then I'd come back, maybe snag a nap real quick, and then head to the cages and do all my thing. I think it helped me a lot. Manage my time. Say, hey, I only have 2 hours to study, so I'm going to make sure I study. Instead of procrastinating like everyone at that table has done with myself a few times. Working in a group. This is a huge thing, guys. Working in a group, working together, working with different people. I mean, this is, everything that you see on the baseball field. I cannot tell you how many people that I went to college with work with each other. I cannot tell you. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, college baseball is where, you trust somebody enough, to do anything for you, to take a bullet for you. I mean, it's that real. I mean, we talk about family a lot at Felician. We talked about it at Stack. I mean, these guys here, they're my brothers. I did anything for them. We talk constantly. So the camaraderie of the whole thing is tremendous. How to deal with failure. This is a huge thing, in my life. I think this is one of my biggest lessons, honestly. I felt that failing helped me be the person I am. I've learned way more from failing than I've ever learned from, winning anything. And that's just being completely honest with you. Something I really want to talk about tonight, and I'm going to call it the fire factor. What drove me, what really changed it, for me. And I hope it changes it for you. If I could talk to one guy out there, one guy, at St. Thomas Aquinas right now, and help them to, obviously grow, as a person. Every year I was at St. Thomas Aquinas, and I never told anyone this, but I tried to be a better person. I really did. So that was a big thing for me. Don't obviously. I told myself if I stumbled, I would tell a Muscat joke, but I don't really have one right now, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go back to the cue cards here. I spoke to you before about the 6%, the 6th percentile. That's a special percentile. Those of you who do it understand it. It's 6 amps. It's all that stuff involved. My journey was a little different. I really wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna be pretty quick with it. I'm a 1 percentile guy, and people don't know what that means. In 8th grade, I was cut from my middle school team. I was pretty upset about it. So I did, the only sensible thing, and I went to the best baseball school in New Jersey, and I was like, hey, I'm going to play baseball. Why not? I've never really done it before. So I had something to prove. I did. Like a lot of you who are sitting here today. How many people in this room have done something that someone told them that they couldn't do? I'm sure a lot of you, and I'm sure it's made you a lot stronger for it. I remember talking to my parents beforehand, and I'll never forget this moment. It was just such a big moment for me. Right before tryouts, they're like, they grabbed me, like, hey, Matt, listen, like, you don't make the team, like, it's all right, like, there's other things you could do, and I was like, damn, I kind of really want to make the team, like, and they're trying to be realistic with me. But I didn't accept that. I really didn't. This was something I wanted to do, my whole life, and I committed to it. I did. And that was special for me. It really was. Not accepting that. I love baseball. I love to do it. But that's where that factor came into play for me. Where that fire. I kind of felt like, hey, listen, people don't think I'm that good. That's fine. I'm gonna do this because I love it. Not because I want to prove someone or anything else. But so I went to Don Bosco. It was pretty cool. Tryouts were really nerve-wracking. I still remember that. I was kind of on the fence, getting cut, not cut. I ended up making it somehow. I didn't have socks on in the whole practice. No socks. It was bad. Honestly, it really was. I ended up making the team, which was cool for my parents, not for me. I was upset. I wasn't really playing. So after the season, my coach, he talked to me. He said, hey, what's your goal for next season? And I was like, I want to make varsity. He's like, hey, listen, maybe you should be a little bit more realistic about your goals. So the next year, I was the only player on that team to make varsity because I was real pissed off about it. My dad, my mom, they were, such huge components. Talk about 6 a.m. bullpen, 6 a.m. ground balls before school. I absolutely loved it. I made this contraption where I hung a ball from a tree. I was hitting it all the time. Like, parents were like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I love this. I don't know. So it was fun. It really was. Just to shorten this speech, obviously, because I'm not going to go into too much about it. I continue to work. I continue to grow. I continue to, push myself. Just get better every day. That was, the big thing for me. I earned a Division I scholarship, to play shortstop. To this day, like Coach Muscat said, I have the highest batting average in Don Bosco history, which is not bad for someone who, probably shouldn't even played the game. So that was special for me. Then I met Muscat. This was really fun. I went to NJIT, obviously. I met Muscat, and I have honestly learned so much from this guy. This guy can jack you up 6 a.m., 7 a.m., didn't matter. I'll give you a quick story, just because this is how I love to coach, and I've taken a lot from him. It's been really special to me. And some people say I actually walk like him when I'm going to the mound. I'm real pissed off.